You know, you really could be doing more for this city. Your family has a history of philanthropy, but as far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
Oh, you're really not as smart as I thought you were.
Today's review will be on the Daftoys. Now, this is a company I've never heard of, and like a lot of other companies, oh, I love that little mascot. Just look at that little frog. Now, I know you can't really make him out because he's like red on splattered red, but you'll get a better view of him on the back of the package. And this is a review for The Batman.
Batman.
Bruce Wayne 1/6 scale figure. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice about this box is the fact that it is sideways. But the first thing that I noticed when I saw this picture was, this really reminds me of the opening intro to the 2004 Thomas Jane Punisher movie. I mean, it really does look like the Punisher's skull there dripping down into the city or something, doesn't it? Now, looking at the Batman logo there, I thought that was supposed to be the gun bat symbol that's on Robert Pattinson's chest in the movie. But if you look closely, it's an actual bat. Yeah, I can see the headlines in the newspaper now.
Freak. Terrorizes.
Looking at the top of the box, you'll see that the artwork continues, and there you'll find the Robert Pattinson gun bat symbol that I thought was in the logo, but nope, it was on the top of the box. As for the bottom of the box, you have Bruce Wayne's name and the rest of the cityscape picture. Now, on closer view, I thought the city was actually printed upside down from the Batman logo, but it appears to be almost like an optical illusion, with the red outlines of like tenements or something like that. And when you flip it over, you get the more modern Gotham City. So yeah, maybe this is the city that's built on the tenements underneath. Or maybe I'm wrong and the city on the box is just doing its best bat impression as well. Looking at the bottom of the box, you have the Batman logo, Bruce Wayne's name, and that drippy Punisher skull dripping down into a city motel. I swear they must have seen that Punisher movie when they designed this box. And then down here you have the Daftoys logo, and just look at that cute little frog. Oh, he's so cute. Now, I absolutely cannot wait to see the new Batman movie. In fact, I can't wait to see any Batman movie because I've loved them all, man, and I know I'm going to love this one too because I've been wearing those trailers out. I've been watching them over and over and over. And I didn't even know this figure was available, let alone out. And when I saw that it was, I ran to find one, and I found this one, and I cannot wait to see it. So I say we open it! Now, the box opens like a shoebox. When you look inside, you find that there is no foam covering this figure. He's there to see you once you open the lid, and man, he looks awesome. You can barely make out his face through the baggie, and you know what? That is so awesome. I love the way his hair looks. His face looks great. I can't wait to see it. You got his tie there. Everything looks so good. Now, this jacket looks like it is a fuzz magnet. So, yeah, he'll probably get hairy. You put him on your shelf. If you got pets or something, there's going to be hair stuck all on him. But you know what? This looks so cool. Now, as you can see, this is a very plain figure. You just get the figure, you get his coat, you get his suit, and a stand. I don't think he comes with any accessories or any extra hands or anything. And you know what? I cannot wait to see him out of the package. So let's stand him up and check him out. So, here's Mr. Bruce. I totally don't turn into a sparkly vampire bat Wayne, fresh out of the package. And just look at that head sculpt. I think they nailed the Robert Pattinson look from the Batman movie. Because remember, this is a third-party unlicensed figure, and you know they didn't have a ton of reference material. Just look at all the fine lines there in his hair with all the layers. I love the subtle paintwork of his eyebrows and lips. He's got faint 5 o'clock shadow along his jawline. Speaking of the jawline, they got the shape of his face right, the shape of his nose, everything. Now about the nose, there's a couple of things I wanted to say about it. If you look closely, you'll notice that my figure has a little bit of paint rub there on the tip of his nose, and that sucks. But it's to be understandable because remember, when I opened up the box, you saw there was no upper layer of foam to protect the figure. Now, strangely enough, that upper layer of foam was in the package. It was just underneath the bigger layer of foam that the figure was laying in. So yeah, that's weird. I've never seen that happen before. Now, another thing I wanted to say about the nose was, there's another review of this figure up, and I saw it before I bought this figure. I didn't even know this figure existed. And when I saw the review, I didn't watch it all, but I wanted to skip ahead to looking at the head, strangely enough, because I wanted to know just how much it looked like Robert Pattinson. because Robert Pattinson has a very distinctive, face, especially his nose. Now, the guy reviewing the figure, he did so like from far away. He was like this. He had his hands in the screen. He's moving his hands around. He's showing the figure like this. He's showing it like this. And he's talking. And I'm screaming at the screen. I'm saying, hey, show him from the profile. I want to see the shape of his nose. Show him from behind. I want to see what his hair looks like back there. Come on. What? Come on. And you know what? He never did. He never showed it from this angle right here. Which, if you look, there's the Robert Pattinson nose. And I mean, I think they did a great job there. But yeah, this guy never shows the figure from the side view like this. And I'm like, why? I mean, I don't get it, man. But as you can see the way his hair looks there in the back. The layers of his hair there look so good. His bangs hanging over his eye there, or at least next to his eye. That is really cool. But yeah, to show a figure and never show it from the side view, come on. If a lame guy like me can do it, you can too. And you know what? That's silly. I don't get it. There's a lot of reviewers out there that people subscribe to. I just don't understand why. Because they don't show off the figures quite as much as like the smaller ones do. Because the smaller people that review figures, they actually care about what they're reviewing. Other guys, they get too big. They get too many figures. They get too many probably discounts, maybe even free figures. And they just don't care anymore. And you know what? It shows in their videos because where are you going to get a shot like this? I mean, you can say this is silly, but look at his hair. That is so awesome. And you know what? I love all the detail to it. Okay, rant about YouTubers aside, let's check out the rest of the figure. Now, this overcoat that he's wearing looks so good. I mean, it looks like a real wool overcoat. That looks amazing. As for the rest of his outfit, this figure actually has a few little problems, and two of them are right here. If you look at his tie is really tightly tied, so it could be tied better if you know how to tie a tie this small. But yeah, that could really be, done and probably a lot better. As you can see, mine's all messed up. That's about as good as I could get it. And underneath the tie on the white part of the shirt, if you look carefully, mine has like pink coming through the seam of the collar. That's really weird. It's only in that one spot, but it obviously looks like it's got a stain or something, or pink or pink string. I don't know, man, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal, but still, when you get a figure, you don't want it to have those kind of small problems. I love how the jacket here has the one button buttoned there. That is so cool, and it looks so natural. He's got like a little snap underneath there that's holding it down, so you don't have to unbutton that and then button it again with a buttonhole. God, that would be so hard. And then down here, he's got his pants. And then way down here at his feet, he doesn't have socks. And so if you pose him with his knees bent or anything like that, you will see the figure's ankles. And yeah, that sucks. But you can always buy him a pair of socks and put them on the figure, because it's just one of those figures that have the pegs that plug into the shoes. And you know what? That's pretty cool. As for the base, this is an awesome base, and I cannot believe it actually says The Batman. And not only that, it also has a nameplate that says Bruce Wayne. Now, if you look carefully, you'll see that this base has like ridges all down it. And it's almost got like a prismatic effect. But this one is all scratched up looking or splotchy or something. And I don't know how to get that off. So yeah, that's another problem this figure has. So I got a scratched nose, I got a messed up collar, I got the tie that's tied way too tightly and stuff like that, and then this is all scratched up. And you know what? I still love the figure, but I wish it didn't have these problems. Looking at the figure from behind, and look, you can see the back of his head again. Man, I'm making up for all those guys who don't show off the backs of the figure. So anyways, looking at the figure from behind here, it's going to be kind of plain because he's just got this overcoat, covering him up and stuff like that. And like I said, this coat is going to be a fuzz and hair magnet. So yeah, it's like a real coat. So you break out the lint roller. Down here at the back of the, see, you can see an ankle right there. Now, if you had a pair of socks that you could put on, those little anklet socks or whatever that just kind of go over the ankle joints or whatever, that would cover that up and look a lot better. And I'm probably going to invest in getting a pair of those. But other than that, all you can see is his fingers right here. And I think his hands look really good. I mean, these are the only pair of hands that he comes with. But as you can see, they actually look pretty good. And they've got, looks like little, I don't know if it's painted. It looks like it is. It looks like his knuckles are painted and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this figure is very awesome for just a guy in a suit. I am very, very, very happy with it. I think the likeness to Robert Pattinson is really good. And you know what? If you're on the fence about getting this figure, I highly recommend it. I hope yours doesn't have as many, QC problems as mine does. But you know what? I think this thing looks absolutely amazing. Just looking at the finer details of his face there, ignoring that paint rub on his nose, I think they did a great job. And you know what? Like I said, as you know, the McFarlane figures are starting to come out, and licensed figures are starting to come out. And I think as an unlicensed figure, this one puts those all to shame. And I cannot wait to see if they make any more figures from this movie, because I am very happy with this one. So, there's my review of the Daftoys The Batman Bruce Wayne 1/6 scale figure. And man, this figure is awesome. Even with all the problems, I still love it. Do I wish the problems weren't there? Of course. But you know what? You can't choose the figures you get. And I'd much rather have it than not have it. And you know what? I can live with these problems. And you know what? I still recommend this figure a lot. If you're a fan of Robert Pattinson or even the Batman movie coming up, this is a really nice figure. And you know what? It is awesome. And man, this video was hard to make. I don't know what it is, but I just had a hard time finishing it. The beginning was easy. The ending was hard. And you know what? I hope you don't mind that this video is kind of short. There's not a whole lot to show off. I mean, like I said, it's just a guy in a suit. Show off the head, show off the suit. That's pretty much it. And you know what? I love it. So, until next time, tune in for more Boo Reviews.
I'm vengeance.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews.